So right now, today it is 420. Happy birthday. And I feel like I'm the only person who in this room probably does not smoke weed. Because every time that I have smoked weed since I was like the age of 16, I've had this just like unencumbered fear of everything. Like if I was high right now, I would identify like a major personality flaw in everybody in the room, and I haven't met any of you. And I would also identify the fact that I'm lonely, I don't have too many friends, I'm Jewish. So I would dwell on these things. Speaking of the Jewish thing, it is also Passover season. Yeah. We got a couple of applause here. Applauses, apply. I don't know. I don't speak Latin. And during the Passover season, the Jews do not traditionally eat bread or any leavened bread products because in their haste from leaving Egypt, they did not have time to let the bread rise. They just had to let it cook on their backs. And really, if I were in their situation, I would have gone the other direction. I would have let the bread rise, but I would have made it something awesome like pizza. Because if you're going to let pizza rise, it doesn't matter if the Egyptians show up. You got a pizza party, nobody's mad at anybody anymore. Who's mad at a pizza party? So if you notice, I do have very short hair right now. It was not always this way. I had longer hair at one point. And I went to a barber shop to get a haircut. I'm new in town, and so I went to Yelp to find out where I should get my haircut. And I saw some excellent reviews. I think they went to the same barber because there were some excellent reviews of this barbershop, and then afterwards it was like half Michael Bolton on this side, half Kid and Play. And so I had that moment where you're looking in the mirror and they're standing behind you and they're like, and you're like, ugh, and you just say, shave it off, please. Just like pause it. And so I went back to check out all these Yelp reviews because this place was like 4.5 stars, and like every single one had no mention of the actual haircut product. It was just, yeah, this place has really good magazine selection. I feel like commenting on a magazine selection in a barbershop is akin to saying, oh, you should go to that whorehouse. They've got a really, really good craft beer selection. It's not exactly what you go there for. I also used to have a nice thick beard. And as you can see now, there are beginnings of it. It doesn't exactly come in 100%. And as I mentioned earlier, I am Jewish, and I guess that extends all the way to my facial hair because it's only giving me enough facial hair to get by. It's kind of like penny pinching wherever it can. There's spots here, eventually it'll grow out and you look like you have beard. In addition to being Jewish, I do have another disability. I am deaf in one ear. And it's not like a big time thing. Just if you're standing on this side of me, I probably won't hear anything you're saying to me, which is convenient in many situations. But like if I'm watching a movie and there's a guy and a girl, and the guy is sitting on the left side of the girl, I start getting uncomfortably nervous and screaming at the screen, like, don't tell him the secrets, he won't hear you! Because I assume that everybody's like me. I told actually a friend recently that I was deaf in one ear, and she was like, so, do you get to park in a handicap spot? No, I don't, by the way, if you're wondering, if you were thinking the same thing, but, maybe I should, because, if you're blind in one eye, you don't have any visual depth perception. So what if I'm going to step out of a car, all of a sudden I can't hear where Walmart is, I have no idea, I have no aural depth perception, I'm lost, and I'm in the back of the parking lot, I could get hit, I could wander on the interstate and get hit by a car. So it's 2011, the economy's not awesome. And I just graduated from college in May. And there were not a tremendous amount of job opportunities available to me. I did move here kind of on a whim. And my parents, God bless them, have been completely supportive of me the whole process. But I am nervous about their opinions of me because of how accepting they'd been of the jobs I picked up. Like, for a couple days, I was like I was one of those guys holding a sign being like, hey, all you can eat sushi, 3 doors down. And I told them this, and they're like, hey, it's advertising. That's a good industry to be in. I feel like I could probably call home and be like, hey, I'm giving hand jobs at stoplights. And they'd be like, you're your own boss. You make your own hours. I did finally settle down at a restaurant. I'm a server. That's a fancy restaurant's term for waiter. And sometimes when I'm talking to, especially older tables, they'll want to ask me a bunch of questions like, so where'd you go to college? What did you study? And I'll say, I was an English major. And some people have the gall to say to me, oh, English major? What are you going to do with that? What the fuck else do you expect me to be? I'm your goddamn waiter. You expect me to say like, oh, I was a biomedical engineering major. I'm actually at Johns Hopkins during the day. I commute in here at night so that I can serve you some bruschetta. No, of course I was an English major. One of the two. Hey there. The other day somebody came into the restaurant. It was an early Sunday afternoon, so clearly I guess I got out of church. And he's wearing a t-shirt with the female symbol, the one that looks like the corkscrew for people that don't know how to open bottles of wine. And it said on the bottom, no ma'am. And I guess I thought it was funny. It had like a circle with the line through it over the female symbol. I figured it was just like some kind of t-shirt like the kid in The Jerk who's got the shithead t-shirt. Just like something kind of funny. But then I look at the back of his t-shirt and he sits down and it says, National Organization for Men Against the Amazonian Masterization. And my eyes got this big. Because I, all of a sudden, became a huge feminist. I figured this is kind of like a Westboro Baptist Church type organization that he's a part of. I get on my phone in the busboy station trying to do some research on it. It seems pretty disturbing, but I still have to put on a big time smile and serve him his food. And at the end of the meal, after he'd settled up and everything, of course I'm such a pussy, I'm going to let him settle up and give me a tip before I'm moving to him. I said, hey, it was a pleasure serving you, because that's part of my script. It was a pleasure serving you, but I never want to see your type in this restaurant again. Yeah. And he gets up, thank you. And he gets up and he leaves. I high five people around me. And I'm feeling good the rest of the shift. And I get home and I do a little bit of research on this organization, national organization. I can see it. Masterization, whatever it is. Turns out from the 8th season of Married with Children, Al Bundy started in this organization. And so I guess I have a little bit of egg on my face. Because now I've lost patronage for my employers. But I think that guy's still the asshole, because I wouldn't show up at a restaurant with a swastika on my t-shirt and be like, oh no dude, it's from the 8th season of Hogan's Heroes. It's totally okay. Alright, my name is Benji Orlansky.